Let's get this thing poppin'. Hey, yo. What's going on, everybody? It's weird. Realized this today when I was doing my videos or my video for the Browns. I can do my intro perfectly fine in live streams. But man, I sometimes cannot lock it down in a video. I don't know why that happens, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Guardians series recap, series preview live stream. And I'll be honest with you, feeling something that I haven't felt in actually quite a little bit of time with this team. Happiness. You know, I honestly, truly forgot what it's like. Oh, by the way, um, I know this isn't a Browns related video or stream. The Browns put in a claim for Sam Womack, who the Titans claimed. But you know what? If he ever breaks loose, I would not put it past the Browns to snatch him up. Just saying. Just saying. If he breaks loose, I wouldn't put it past the Browns to snatch him up. I would not put it past. Anyways, back to the Guardians. But I've felt something that I hadn't felt again in quite a little bit of time. Couple of weeks. Actually, sad part was I hadn't felt this feeling since the first game against the Diamondbacks. And that is happiness and, victory. Because after that game, we lost 4 in a row. Yeah. Oh, 5 in a row. Lost the next two to the Arizona Diamondbacks. One of them, of course, was in pure dramatic fashion. And then we got our ass beat by the Rangers. So, of course, coming off that series against Texas, that nightmare series that had me out here ranting and raging like a certain somebody we all know. I'm not going to mention any names. Hey, the Guardians, out on the road, it's tough. They come back home to face the Rays, a solid Rays team that's kind of meh this year. They're not great. Logic says you go out coming off a tough trip in Texas, trying to get a rebound win. You're on national TV. Well, so I streamed the game. It was an absolute nightmare. It was the same freaking crap we saw against Texas. The Guardians offense didn't show up. They must have left their offense in Arizona and they forgot. And you know what? That's a theory of mine. Yeah. They left their offense in Arizona, right? And it took a few extra days or a week or so for them to get their offense back. Because all of a sudden, these losers could not score anything. Couldn't score on one of them girls that be standing at the street corner, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm saying? They couldn't score on that. I mean, come on. So yeah, I streamed this game. It was a nightmare. Bobby got the start. To be honest, I streamed this game knowing we were probably going to lose, but I just wanted to see what would happen. And believe it or not, Tanner actually wasn't completely atrocious to start. Then eventually the bottom fell out and they started scoring. Yep. Caminero scored on a Hunter Fiducia walk because, of course, why not? A wild pitch would then, yeah, walks. Caminero scores. Wild pitch by Tanner Bibee. Throwing error by Bo Naylor. Of course. And then Bob Seymour, totally real name, would hit another RBI single, scoring another run, making it 2-0. Top 4. And then top 5, Junior Caminero would homer. Yeah, making it 4-0. And then Yandy Diaz would homer, top 7, making it 5-0. And then Junior would homer again, 6-0. So Junior Caminero, 2 homers. Yandy Diaz, solo shot. That means former Guardian farmhands amassed a combined 2, 3, 4 runs against us via homers. They turn into Barry Bonds, of course. Williams would then add another 2 runs on a double during a nightmare 7th inning. Mind you, this wasn't even against Tanner. Oh yeah, it was. That's right. It was against Tanner at the very end. That's right. Then Caminero, of course, homered the double, and then top 9, Fiducia would add a sac fly to make it 9-0. In total, though, Tanner Bibee, 6 innings, 5 runs on 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 Ks, 2 homers, 4.73 ERA. He's now 9-10 on the year. And then Ian Seymour, 5 innings of 1 hit, shutout baseball with 1 walk and 8 Ks, 3.18 ERA. The Guardians' almighty offense would only get 2 hits all game. Oy. So Seymour's 2-0, 3.18 ERA. Bibee's 9-10 with a 4.73 ERA. Lovely. Yeah, this was bad. Of course, we all saw the clip. Tanner Bibee in the dugout, getting animated. He was trying to fire up the team. But, Stephen Vogt was like, come on, what are we doing here? Relax. I know you're pissed, but damn. So that put the Guardians 2 games under 500, and this fan base was pissed, as you can imagine. So we go into yesterday's game. Of course, the Guardians had one of the better pitchers I've seen recently. This is only the second start, but Parker Messick on the mound had me feeling pretty good about this. Sure enough, he goes out there, and for the second outing in a row, he shoved like a damn ace. He's got that potential in him for sure. Parker Messick would go out and toss 7 innings of 4-hit shutout baseball with 6 strikeouts, a .66 ERA. Yeah, how about that? That's only a second start. Damn, that's crazy. And then Shane Baz was on the mound for the Rays. The Guardians actually got to him. In the first inning, but hey, they still scored. 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 5.19 ERA. In fact, those 3 hits allowed in the first were the only hits of the game for the Guards. But that's all that took. That's all it took. Yeah, we gave up 5 hits, but nothing really serious. Parker Messick was nails. He got his major league win. How about that, huh? Yeah, the kid got his first major league win, and it was in a shutout against Tampa. Love to see it. So he's 1-0. Shane Baz is now 8-11 with a 5.19 ERA. Cade Smith got his 8th save of the year, 3.09 ERA. Oh, so that was yesterday's game. Feeling pretty good, not gonna lie, right? Feeling pretty good. Then we get to today. And Slade, like I've said, he's struggled since that game where he almost had the complete game. He hasn't been the same since. But I will say, though, this was better outing in his standards, you could say, as in terms of like recency. He didn't get shellacked. That's good. He didn't get his ass kicked. Yeah, I'll say that for sure. Yeah, they did score all their runs in the first 2 innings, courtesy of. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. How did we score for Parker? Almost forgot about that, huh? Yeah, we scored 3, but I didn't say how. How dare I not say how? Because I know y'all really want to know. Oh, y'all want to know? Let's go through how we scored, shall we? Like I said, it was all in the first inning, and it was in classic Guardian dirt ball action. Well, fashion, yeah. Guardian dirt ball fashion. Kyle Manzardo RBI single, Bo Naylor sac fly, and then a Brian Wilkio RBI single. That was it. Literally, that's it. Those are the only 3 hits we had. Well, 2 of the 3 hits. Yeah, how about that? 2 of our 3 hits scored a freaking run. And all 3 hits came in the same inning. I'm not even kidding. Oh, you think I'm lying? I'm not. Literally, Kwan's leadoff single was the only hit that we had that didn't score a run. He singled, Hafus walked, Manzardo single, Fry walked, Bo sac fly, and then Rokio single. And that was it for the rest of the freaking game. The Guardians wouldn't do a damn thing. They literally, in gamer terms, they turtled up. They scored 3, and then they retreated into their shell, and the pitching just shut them down. There was a couple times where it looked like it could have gotten away, but Parker Messick reeled himself in, got through it. Another fabulous start, and we'll see if he can continue going. See if he can adjust. And by the way, no walks either for Parker. Yeah, he was locked in. He was locked all the way in from the beginning, and I love it. He was awesome. I think he has potential to be like a number 2 or number 3 pitcher on this staff when it's all said and done. Up there with Gavin for sure. I don't know if you can send him back down. That's for sure. Right? By the way, was it for yesterday's game, right? Will Wilson got called up. You'd be like, huh? Because I know y'all that didn't pay attention. But like, wait, where's the man of Schnee at? He had sex. So he's off doing daddy things. Oh, man. It's so funny because it's like, I feel like these players try to coordinate when they do the nasty to where the baby's born in the off season. Sometimes, it happens. But the funniest thing is when you know a big event happened, like when you hear about something like this, and then you go back 9 months and it's like, oh, okay, yeah. So today would have been obviously a year ago was August. All right, all right. I see you did. That would have been November. So he had they got the nasty going in November. Oh wait, no, that was after the season. Never mind. I was gonna say, yeah, because you have November, December, January, February. Yeah, right around there. Crazy dog math sucks. My brain is mush. Actually curious. My brain is mush. The Guardians turned my brain to mush. Yeah, been November. 9 months ago was November 27th. That was right around the time. I'm just looking at something real quick. This dude is nasty. You gotta be freaking kidding me. You gotta be freaking kidding me. You're Schneeman, you dog. You dog. What did you do? Hang on. Exactly on this date. But still, this dude was getting freaky the week of Thanksgiving. Right around there. It's indeed what it was. Because he went on the list, I think, what around the second day of the series? Right around there? Well, because Will Wilson was brought up. So still, I mean, dude. Wow, Daniel. That deserves that. Damn, Daniel. Oh, man. Baseball players are something else, man. I tell you. Oh, man. My dude hit a grand slam. On a serious note, though, getting into Game 3 of the series today, the Rays actually would strike first. Everson Pereira, former Yankee prospect, I believe they got him for Caballero. He had the first run of the game, top second, RBI single. That would be it. No, the Rays did threaten a little, but to Slade's credit, he got through it fine. Bottom second, Will Wilson. Yeah, he had a pretty good game today, believe it or not. He ties the game with an RBI single of his own. And because the Guardians just love doing this garbage, top of the third, Brandon Lowe, 2-run homer. Of course. Then we would respond bottom five with an RBI single from Stephen Kwan. How about that? And, it would be tied all the way up until the bottom of the ninth, where with one out, Nolan Jones, Noodle Bat Nolan, No Launch Jones. Well, for the first time in God knows how long, he actually hit a homer. And someone mentioned this on Twitter too. I believe Nolan actually made a little alteration to his batting stance. Notice he stands more straight up. He's not like slouched a little bit. He's standing straight up. Okay, if he turns into Barry Bonds just because of that little adjustment, that's cool. We'll see how it does, though. But so far, so good. His 4th homer of the year. The first one he's hit in a long time. So, yeah, he homers, bottom 9. We're tied. And then Will Wilson was like that close to going yard right afterwards. I'm like, no way. We were this close to freaking going yard back to back on these guys. Off of Pete Fairbanks, of all people. And this is also with no J-Ram. They gave him the day off, and for some reason, he didn't pinch hit. I'm like, did they lock this dude in the freaking clubhouse or something? Like, there's no way they went through a whole entire game while trailing, desperate for offense, and they didn't pinch hit J-Ram. Wow. And we still won. That's a rarity. We won a game without J-Ram. That's crazy, right? So, we get to the 10th inning, and I was kind of nervous, not gonna lie, because Cade Smith came in. He's been kind of shaky in the 10th inning in extras, to be fair, like in general. To his credit, he's good. I mean, he went out there and got a strikeout, a ground out, and a line out. 1, 2, 3. So then the Rays go out in the bottom 10. They bring in old friend, or nemesis, I guess, Griffin Jax, who we know from the Twins. And so, Martinez starts at second base. And Bo Naylor would get a sac bunt, get the runner to third. They walk Stephen Kwan. And then he would go to second on indifference. And then Rocchio strikes out because for some reason, these guys just go brainless and just start swinging at everything. Looking like me on MLB The Show when I'm just bored and I just want to try to hit homers. And so he strikes out on the most feeble at bat I've seen. Classic. Now Manzardo comes up and for a while, it looked like the same thing. Dude comes up, swings at 2 pitches, not even close. But then Griffin Jax did something dumb. He left a pitch kind of up, and Manzardo put it in the outfield, and it won us the game. So once again, Kyle Manzardo walks off his old team, and I think someone even said, a fan in the stand said, we won the trade. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Kyle Manzardo loves stinging parts of that trade. I mean, he already hit a nuke off of Savale earlier this year, and then he walks off the Rays. So not bad, right? First time we faced him this year. And, we go out and take 2 of 3. Cade Smith is now 6-5 on the year, 3.03 ERA. Griffin Jax is 1-7 with a 4.91 ERA. As far as the starters, Rasmussen, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks, 2.64 ERA. Ciccone was much, much better. No walks this time. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 homer with 4 Ks, 4.41 ERA for Slade. Much better out of him. Bullpen was overall solid too. After he exited, only 1 hit was surrendered by Nick Enright. Everyone else was rock solid. Festa, who I'll admit, I slander him quite a bit not because they have his talent, it's just because Stephen Vogt loves to pitch him for really no reason. He's not good, but he's not horrible. He's like Brian Shaw. Yeah, he is 100% this pitching staff's Brian Shaw. 100%. So yeah, Cade Smith gets the win. He's 6-5, 3.03 ERA. Griffin is now 1-7 with a 4.91 ERA. And now the Guardians are back to 500 with an off day tomorrow. The Rays are 64-69. They're 4th in the East. And things are going to get very, very interesting now as we head into September. Because things are going to get tough as hell. 17 straight days with a game coming up for the Guards. I don't think they have an off day until around September 11th ish, around there. after around that time? All right. So that being said, let's take a gander at this upcoming series against the Mariners. Now, I did a little researching on the pitching matchups. Last time, of course, remember, we faced Kirby, Castillo, and Hancock. And of course, this time we faced Kirby, but no Castillo or Hancock. But instead, we get Miller. Yeah, we get Miller for sure. Off day tomorrow. It'll be Miller, Kirby, and Gilbert. Yeah, Gilbert. Now on the other side, they get another match against Bybee and Gavin, but then they face Logan. No Luis Ortiz, obviously. Speaking of which, too, almost forgot. This week is, I guess, the should be the resolution in their little investigation. Those two, Class A and Ortiz, were essentially put in the corner for a month or so, and it's coming up to that time. We should be hearing something this week. Can't wait for that. Best part is we play on that same day too. Miller versus Bybee. I can imagine something's gonna come out before that game. Yeah. But anyways, let's start off everything by taking a gander. Let's put up StatMuse as well, because I'm gonna need it. So, yeah. Tomorrow. Oh, I was gonna say, oh, it's on FS1. That's right. I'm gonna watch. Let me see what's going on. The Caribbean Cup. CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, coming up on Friday, it will be Kirby versus Allen. We faced Kirby this year. The only ones we haven't faced yet are Gilbert and, of course, Miller. And then on our side, obviously, they face Gavin and Bybee. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. But for this matchup, George Kirby is 8-6, 4.05 ERA, 97 Ks. Logan Allen 7-10, 4.35 ERA, 100 Ks. Against Kirby, Nolan Jones has an RBI. He's 1 for 3. J Ram is one homer, 4 RBIs, and 9 at bats. And of course, Santana, who's probably not going to be here much longer because, unfortunately, in case you haven't heard by now, I actually was going to talk about this a little later, but I'll talk about it now. Unfortunately, it sounds like Carlos Santana's days as a Guardian are severely numbered because the Guardians placed Carlos Santana on outright waivers just yesterday. And we'll see what the other move would be because putting him on waivers, it's not DFAing him. But yeah, I believe tomorrow is the day that he comes off waivers. So we'll see if he gets claimed. I don't know what'll happen if not. Probably just get released. Sucks, but he's cooked. It's unfortunate. He just doesn't really have it much. He's almost damn near 40 years old. But against Logan Allen, Polanco has a homer and an RBI, and Solano has an RBI. And that's, of course, don't forget, this is the first time we're facing Josh Naylor. Yep. Since we traded him. That's going to be fun. Now, Logan and Kirby, let's see how they've done in the past. Logan Allen versus the Mariners. I know he did. Yeah, he faced him last year on June 20th. He's actually 2-0. He's actually 2-0, coming off a 6 inning, 4-hit, 3-run, 1 homer performance last year. Yeah, he actually won somehow. And then George Kirby, I'm pretty sure we faced him earlier this year, didn't we? Yeah, that's right, we did. Yeah, we did. Now that I think about it. Yep, we did. Yeah. Got no decision out of it. We definitely know him quite well. Still can't get over that game in 2024 last year when we beat the hell out of him. 3 and 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs. That's an outlier. Biggest beating we've given him as a pitcher. He's 0-1 with a 6.11 ERA, 13 Ks, and 4 appearances. That's tough. And that one loss was an absolute beatdown. It was a whooping. We got the belt on him. It was ironically the game, I think, where my internet was out. And I'll be right back, guys. All right, we're back, guys. Sorry, I had to go check something out. Oh, camera froze. Oh, I love when my camera freezes. There we go. All righty, so let's get into this stuff again here. Yeah, George Kirby, faced him earlier this year. Like I said, the only pitchers we haven't faced are Bobby Miller and Logan Gilbert. Speaking of which, we faced Logan Gilbert in, I believe, game 2. Yeah, I think it's game 2. But yeah, Kirby, he's coming off no decision against the A's. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Logan Allen, obviously, we know what he's coming off of a loss to the Rangers where he got his ass beat. Oh my God, it's Kenny Omega. It's Kenny Omega. Damn. Yeah. He's coming off a loss, 5 innings, 8 hits, 9 runs, 3 walks, 2 Ks against Texas. Poor guy. He's just been. And it's coming again. That was coming off two solid no decision outings, but it didn't matter much. Hmm. Now we go to game two. Damn. Shot lariat? No. Speedball. Wee. Damn. Oh, I see. They're taking out the. Gotta love AEW. Damn. Okay. Well, yeah, Logan Gilbert versus Gavin for game two. Of course, I would have streamed this game if it wasn't on a Saturday during college football season. But here we are. So Gavin, again, wasn't bad in his last outing against the Rangers. But damn, dude, like, they didn't really do him any favors. Gilbert, on the other hand, let's see what he's been doing. Logan Gilbert versus the Guardians. Let's see. Let's see here. Kirby. No, I need Gilbert. Come on, give me Gilbert. Damn it. Come on. There we are. Now for this one. I love how it's just taking forever to load up. I love that. Logan Gilbert's 1-2 against the Guards in his career with a 3.67 ERA, 26 Ks in 5 appearances. And he faced us twice in 2023. Hasn't faced. And he has a no decision and a loss as well. Logan is coming off a win over the A's. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 13 Ks, and 1 walk. Gavin, yeah, Gavin actually wasn't even horrible either. 3 1/3 innings. His pitch count was in the stratosphere. 3 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 Ks. Just tough to see. Tough to see from him. And against. Okay, it'd be great if this thing would show up. Internet can come through here. By the way, what's up, Daniel? Happy Wednesday, of course. What's up, B Squirrels? What's up, Michael Yoder? Yoder. Logan Gilbert is 4-5 with a 3.69 ERA, 138 Ks. Gavin Williams, 8-5, 3.36 ERA, 135 Ks. Against Gilbert, Kwan has an RBI, Jerem has a homer and 2 RBIs, and Santana has an RBI. And against Gavin, Crawford has an RBI, Rayleigh has a homer and an RBI, and that's it. And of course, like I've said, Gilbert coming off a win, Gavin's coming off a tough loss. And then we get to the final game of the series on Sunday, the final Sunday without NFL football until February. And it'll be Bobby Miller against Tanner Bybee. Is it Bobby or Bryce Miller? For some reason I almost Bryce, but it's Bobby, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, do I even really want to talk about Tanner Bybee at this point? We all saw what he did. I'm not even going to talk about it. He stinks, low key, and he needs to get right because it's tough watching him pitch. It really is. It is so tough to watch him pitch. Oh, it is Bryce Miller. I thought it was Bobby, but no. Bobby pitches for the Dodgers. Yeah, that's true. Bryce Miller pitches for these guys. Bobby pitches for them, for the Dodgers. That's right. Yeah, it's Bryce Miller. Okay, I get it now. Bryce Miller is coming in with a 3-5 record, 5.98 ERA, 47 Ks. Tanner Bibee, 9-10 with a 4.73 ERA, 132 Ks. Pretty impressive. Against Miller, nobody has any stats against him. They've only faced him once. Bibee, well, yeah. 3 RBIs for Polanco and 1 for Cal Raleigh. Big dumper. And that's it. Not much in terms of stats. Bryce is coming off a win over San Diego. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. And Tanner, well, we saw what happened. He got his ass beat. By stuff. It's tough stuff. And we actually faced him. He faced the Mariners earlier this year. And I think he got his butt beat then, too. Tanner just loves getting his butt beat. But he is actually 1-0 with a 1.64 ERA, 15 Ks, and 2 appearances. But yeah, this year, not great. He didn't even do that bad. Now that I hear, he didn't do that bad. It's 2 runs. I think that was the game where we blew it in the end. It's 2 runs. I think that was the game where we blew it in the end. Yeah. But he did beat him last year, June 19th. He went 6 innings of 3-hit shutout baseball. We need that Tanner again. Yeah, we need that Tanner to come back again. We need him to dig down deep and find that Tanner Bibee again because he had 12 Ks in that game. That's an ace right there. That's the guy that deserves that money that we pay him, not the bum that we're seeing now. I don't know what this Tanner is. This Tanner stinks. Me and brother are going to Friday night. Cool. Have fun. Hope Mother Nature behaves. Now, before I wrap this whole thing up, I do have something else to talk about. As I actually thought about doing a video on this, but I decided not to. But the 2026 schedule was revealed. And let me make this a little bigger. For the Guardians, once again, speaking of Seattle, I figured why not just wait until we talk about this series to talk about this up here, because it seems like every other year the Guardians start their season in Seattle, and look at that. Just like, in fact, let me see something here. I'm going to actually do a little digging, and we're going to see how often we've started our season, well, on the road for one, but in Seattle. I don't know why we never start off the overall season at home. Could it be because of another season of renovations? But still, like the renovations that they're doing this year is mostly to the top part of the stadium, just finishing out some seats and such. There's really not much else to do. Maybe the exterior as well. I mean, I thought they were going to add like a video board outside the stadium, but I haven't really heard anything about that. So yeah, there's Gavin, there's Bryce. Okay. We got Bryce Miller versus the Guardians. Let's see how he's done. Yeah. Texas is beating the crap out of the Angels right now. 11-2. Yeah, Bryce Miller's given up 3 runs on 6 hits with 2 walks, 2 Ks, and 5 2/3 innings. He got the win. in his one matchup against us last year on June 18th. Yeah. So just out of curiosity, let's see how often we've started the season in Seattle. Let's start since just keep going. Not going to go too far back. Let's go first half. Okay, that's what we really want to look at. Start off. Last year we were in. Let's see, we were in Kansas City. But yeah, the interesting thing is too, our home opener is against Chicago, but not the Southsiders. It's the Northsiders. For once, we will be hosting the Cubs Friday, April 3rd for our home opener. That's coming up after we head to Los Angeles and face the Dodgers. Lovely. All right, so 2024. Oh yeah, last year was in Oakland and then Seattle. 2023. That's right, yeah. 2023 first half. Seattle. First time we're opening up in Seattle since 2023. And literally almost every year we start off on the road. Seattle, Oakland, Kansas City, and then next year Seattle again. 2022, just gonna go back and see how long it's been since we started the season off in general at home. Which I can understand they're probably scared because of Mother Nature. Kansas City in 2022. 4-game series. Wow. 2021 in Detroit. Granted, that was a shorter season. That was not a shorter season, right? That was coming off the shortened season. They went 80 and 82 that year. That's right. I see. Funny, I divert. I see. Funny, I divert away from talking about MLB, talking about some college football, and my OBS goes. But I'm gonna be sitting right here, where I am right now, watching Nebraska and Cincinnati and them. I'm gonna be sitting my ass right here watching football all weekend. Because you got college football tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Then you get Tuesday and Wednesday to recover, and then it's NFL on Thursday, and then you get some NCAA on Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, I don't know about Sunday, but yeah, Sunday's NFL, Monday's NFL, and then Tuesday, Wednesday to recover, and then right back at it again. But yeah, as far as MLB streams go, don't expect any streams during like football days, pretty much, in terms of baseball. And then, yeah. So really, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are probably when you're going to see baseball streams. Maybe a Thursday afternoon, if you're lucky. But don't really expect too much out of that. Oh, the Hurt Syndicate. Oh, damn. All right. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Shout out to everybody who came through tonight. And yeah, NFL football is almost back. Can't wait. Can't freaking wait. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Guards. And I'll see you guys later. Probably on Saturday for my Ohio State Texas Longhorns game stream. That'll be fun. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good night. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Horns down. Bye. Yeah.